Welcome to the Legal Masterminds podcast. This is where sharp minds meet sharp law. We break down landmark cases, teach strategy, and keep you steps ahead. Whether you are a lawyer, law student, legal intern, or just someone who loves smart conversations. Inside this podcast, we do not just talk law, we unlock it. Want to join the community behind this podcast? Send us a DM. We promise you will love it here. Now let us get into today's case.
This is a summary of Dr. Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala vs. Chief Fawehinmi, a decision of the Supreme Court of Nigeria delivered on the 7th of February, 2025. The judgment was unanimous. Justice Oda delivered the lead decision. Justices Solewa, Sankey, Adumain, and Umar all concurred. Let us begin with the background. In 2004, the late Chief Gani Fawehinmi, Senior Advocate of Nigeria, filed an action against the federal government of Nigeria. His claim was that two ministers were receiving their salaries in United States dollars, in breach of Nigerian law. The first was Dr. Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala, then Minister of Finance. According to Chief Fawehinmi, she earned about $247,000 per year. The second was Ambassador Olufemi Adeniji, then Minister of Foreign Affairs. He was said to be earning $120,000 annually. Chief Fawehinmi argued that these payments violated the certain political office holders, salaries and allowances, etc. Act, which fixed a minister's salary at less than 1 million naira per year and required that all payments be made in naira. He approached the Federal High Court as a taxpayer, a former presidential candidate, and a senior advocate of Nigeria. The Federal High Court dismissed the suit on the ground that he lacked local standing. He appealed. The Court of Appeal reversed the decision, held that he had local standing, and went on to grant all his reliefs. The ministers then appealed to the Supreme Court. Issue 1. Did Chief Fawehinmi have local standing? The Supreme Court held that he did not. The court reiterated that to maintain an action, a plaintiff must show that their civil rights and obligations have been or are in danger of being infringed. Being a taxpayer is not enough. Being a political figure or a senior advocate is also not enough. Chief Fawehinmi provided no evidence that the salary payments to the ministers directly affected his personal rights. The Supreme Court drew an important distinction. It explained that there is a difference between challenging the constitutionality of a law and challenging an executive action. A person may have standing to challenge an unconstitutional law. But to question an executive act, like how salaries are paid, the person must show direct, personal harm. Chief Fawehinmi could not show this. The court held that the suit was incompetent from the beginning. So what about the role of the Court of Appeal in all this? Did it stay within its legal boundaries? The Supreme Court said it did not. The Court of Appeal had relied on Section 15 of its own act to grant final reliefs. But the Supreme Court made it clear that was a wrong move. Why? First, because it granted reliefs without resolving the key legal questions. Second, because it shut the ministers out. Their defense was not considered. That was a denial of fair hearing. Third, the Court of Appeal went beyond its powers. It acted as though it had original jurisdiction. That should never have happened. The proper course would have been to return the matter to the High Court for full trial. Another issue arose. What happened to the case after Chief Fawehinmi died in 2009? The court addressed that too. It ruled that local standing, the right to sue, is personal. It cannot be transferred. It cannot be inherited. His sons, who tried to take over the case, had no legal standing to continue it. The court also made a broader clarification. Yes, public interest litigation is recognized, in environmental matters, for example. But when it comes to challenging executive actions, you must still show personal injury. There was also a striking remark from Justice Oda. He said if Nigeria is willing to pay high salaries to foreign experts, then Nigerian experts should also be paid fairly. It was powerful. But it was orbital, a passing remark. It did not affect the outcome of the case. So what did the court finally decide? The Supreme Court allowed the appeal by the minister. It struck out the suit filed by Chief Fawehinmi. And it nullified all the reliefs granted by the Court of Appeal. Now, what are the key takeaways for legal professionals? First, legal standing must be tied to personal harm. Second, you cannot challenge executive actions without showing that your rights have been affected. Third, Section 15 of the Court of Appeal Act does not give the court power to override proper procedure. And finally, when a plaintiff dies, the right to sue dies with them, if that right was personal.
Hope you enjoyed this case. Now imagine having access to minds that break down the law like this every single week. Why not join our Legal Masterminds community today? We do more than analyze cases. We build legal giants. One thing we promise you, you will stay up to date with Nigerian law, master powerful legal strategies, and connect with people who think just like you. Our next meeting is this coming Saturday at 8 p.m. West African time. We are always prompt, no delays. Send us a DM to join. The seat is yours if you are ready. Till next time, stay learning, stay bold, stay sharp.